For the sourdough pancakes, I'm just going to start with a cup of flour, a cup of unfed sourdough starter, a cup of buttermilk, one egg, tablespoon or two of some honey, guess we'll do two, a half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a little half of a teaspoon of vanilla is kind of nice too. So I'm putting some of that in there. And finally, a fourth a cup of oil. For dinner tonight, I have this center cut pork loin that has been butterflied. It has caramelized onions, garlic, thyme, and a fig butter. I'm searing it off in a hot iron skillet that has just a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan into a 425-degree oven to finish cooking. I have some ciappini onions that I sauteed with a little bit of oil, salt and pepper in an iron skillet to get them started. Brussels sprouts. I sprinkled a little olive oil on top, salt and pepper, and a little bit of this maple sugar. We're going to take these right to the oven and roast them off. I'm just going to let the pork loin rest for probably 10-15 minutes. I'm going to make a little pan sauce in the same skillet that we roasted off that pork roast. I have some onion and garlic here. I took out all but about a tablespoon of the fat. We'll cook this for a minute or so. That looks fantastic. This is some brandied cherries I had left over from a dessert the other night. We're just going to warm those through. A tablespoon or two of balsamic vinegar, scraping up all the bits and pieces from the bottom of the pan. I think the cherries will go good with the figs. All right, just let that cook down for a minute. At the very end, I'm adding a couple of tablespoons of sherry. I'll cook this for about 2 more minutes, and then this will be our little sauce for the pork loin. Here's our pan sauce. Gorgeous. Let's get this plated up. We have 3 cross sections of the pork loin. We have our caramelized cipollini onions and the roasted Brussels sprouts. We're just going to take some of that beautiful pan sauce and put right on top. And that's what we're having for dinner tonight.
Gonna stay in this moment, gonna lay here on the grass. places in the world I've been to. This is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh, I've seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. But I don't have to be chasing every dream.
We're making some sub sandwiches for lunch. I made the Italian bread last night before I went to bed. I was glad I did that because we're in the middle of a winter advisory and it was supposed to be over, but it looks like it's just kicking up right now. I'm gonna start with a little bit of provolone. I made 3 of these loaves too, but I'm just going to do one sandwich right now. And as we eat it, then I'll make more. Put a little bit of different cuts of Italian meat. I do have some more of that turkey breast, so why not put some of that on there? I have some capicola. It's just a spicy Italian style ham, cut very thin. I have some prosciutto also, but I think I'm just gonna use that for something different. Not sure what, but I'll figure it out. So we're just gonna pile this on here. I think they call this a mixed meat sub. Capicola is probably one of my favorite of the cuts. All right, so we're gonna put some shredded lettuce. I'll put the recipe for my mom's Italian bread too, because it's really good. Always comes out delicious. Shredded iceberg and a little bit of olive oil on that. This is the last of our fresh tomatoes, so we're going to enjoy them. And I'm just going to put some sliced pepperoncinis, just a little bit on there, not too much. And then I have this, get this at Chanatry's, Wicked Spicy Sandwich Spread. And I'm just going to put just a few teaspoons of this on here, just a little. It's pretty spicy. And that's it. Whoever wants red wine vinegar on it can put it on themselves. Let me see if I can get this sandwich kind of tucked in. And then I can just cut it into segments, put it on a plate. This is really yummy. Sometimes I'll put bologna on there. It's kind of like the poor man's mortadello, and that always tastes good too. But we're going to enjoy these sandwiches and figure out what I'm going to cook for dinner. For dinner, we're making mac and cheese. We're making some mac and cheese. I have a half a cup of butter. To that, we're going to add half a cup of flour. Make like a little bit of a roux. All right. Season with salt, pepper, and I'm going to add just a little smidge of garlic powder, just a little. I don't want it to be real garlicky, but just a little bit. A pinch. All right. We're going to cook this for 1 minute. We are out of fresh milk, but I have this shelf-stable Parmalat whole milk, 32 ounces. We're going to add the whole package to our roux, so 4 cups worth. Stir until the sauce starts to thicken. I like to add American cheese as a base for my macaroni and cheese because it makes it really creamy, but all I have is this Aldi American cheese slices, so I'm gonna open up each of these 16 slices and get them into the white sauce here. The American cheese is melted into the sauce. I'm gonna add handfuls of shredded sharp cheese. I have about 12 ounces. We'll just do a handful at a time and work it into our sauce. I have a little bit of, it's white cheddar and orange cheddar. It's just what I had. Then just keep stirring until the cheese is melted into the sauce. I have some fun-shaped pasta that I'm going to get into some salted boiling water and cook it just a minute or so before al dente. I added the drained pasta to the cheese sauce. We're going to get it mixed together. I put it in a baking dish. We're going to get this in a 350-degree oven. And then I have some of that Italian bread. This is the last of it. I buttered it, put garlic salt on it. I'm going to put this in the oven on the top shelf so that the macaroni and cheese stays warm and this gets toasted off. Just lettuce, a red bell pepper, some carrot, and marinated artichoke hearts. The juice from the artichoke hearts I'm going to add to my dressing. And it's just a red wine vinegar Italian dressing, but it's going to give it a lot of good flavor.
Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold, no matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why, I'm always feeling homesick. magic places in the world I've been to. This is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.
Here is my plate. I can't wait to dig in. So creamy, yet it has that flavor from the sharp cheddar. And the salad is so delicious.